My dad literally got me the entire ACOTAR. To my knowledge, this is an incomplete series, but oh well, I want to see what the hype is about. And I'm actually really, really excited. By the way, y'all, yes, my bed it has books and everything all over it. I just finished Fantastic. I don't even think I did the intro, actually. Hey y'all. As you seen, hey y'all, as y'all read by the title and seen by the thumbnail, I am going to be reading ACOTAR. This is going to be a spoiler-filled reading vlog. I am contemplating if I want to do no spoilers. It will take a lot more editing, but I think I'm doing no spoilers as well. But the spoilers is going to get posted first. Yeah, that's gonna get posted first. This is my first ever Sarah J. Maas book reading, and I'm ready to see what the hype is about. I'm actually really excited. And y'all, I have a whole week and 3 days to read all 5 books so that my dad can buy and throw in the glass. It is currently it's 6:17 a.m. And before I realized, oh wait, this is a new vlog that I'm doing. Y'all, I just finished Phantasma. For my wrap-up video, I'm going to go in depth. Because for my wrap-up videos, I do spoilers. And now I'm about to start on ACOTAR because the timer starts today for me to finish this in a week and 3 days. So I'm bringing y'all on this journey with me. I really hope y'all can hear me over my TV and my fan. If y'all can't, I think I'm gonna have to put the subtitles. I think I'm gonna have to put the subtitles if y'all can't hear me. So that's the extra work for me to do. Whatever, whatever. We're about to start reading A Court of Thorns and Roses. Y'all, I love when I open up like romance. They have a little map. So we have fairy realms. I'm about to show y'all this. Like you can see, like they literally have the day court, dawn court, winter court. What's this right here? Under the something. I'm so sorry. Spring court, summer court, autumn court. The wall. I don't like her sisters. Nessa is lazy, averted, and Ellen is just a follower. The daddy, he's sorry too. I don't like none of her family. She the only one I like. Is it Farah or Farah? I'm calling her Farah. So, Farah cannot read or write, and is her and Tamara gonna be in a relationship? It's like the book is setting up for them to be together, but I'm not getting no type of chemistry from them. So I might be wrong. I hope he's not gonna be the actual love interest. I'm not getting no chemistry from them. So, um, I did take a little break because to just TMI, but my soccer came on and my pain relief can kick in, so I'm about to start back reading. But before I started reading, I do want to let y'all know I I figured Tamlin was a High Lord, but he's a High Lord. And why do I like Grusin more than Tamlin? And Tamlin is clearly the love interest, but as I said before, I don't. I'm not like feeling the whole. Like I'm starting to feel a little bit more chemistry with them because this is after the little what it was called fire port whatever that thing was called, and he bit her neck or whatever. Like yeah, I got past that, but So I'm feeling a little bit of chemistry, but I'm not feeling it too much. But I do like Tamlin. Like, I like him. But I like Lucy more than him, actually. And I don't think Lucy would ever be her love interest. I'm gonna go ahead and start back reading so I can finish this book today and get started on the second book. But I feel like I need to check in more often because I'm not really checking as much because like I'm locking in with reading. So yeah, I need to do better. Actually,
Approximately 10 hours later.
so um, I'm back. I'm not gonna lie, y'all. Once I got situated, I took some ibuprofen, and I ate some food, and I've been asleep. I went to sleep. That was not the plan. The plan was to finish A Court of Thorns and Roses yesterday. But hey, my ladies, y'all understand sometimes the first day of your cycle, it just be too much. And the medicine I was taking for my cramps put me to sleep. It is 5 a.m. the next day, and I am about to finish this. I did just read a chapter of it, so I want to give y'all an update on it. Anyways, I just read the names of this. It was called Solus, I think it was called. I don't know how to pronounce a lot of this stuff in here, so please, yeah. And I'm starting to feel like again, I'm starting to feel the whole okay relationship stuff developing with Tamlin and Farah. But I'm just not. You know how when you're reading a book about love interest, you can just feel when they going to be together the whole time. I'm not feeling it right now. Why do I have a feeling that in the next books she probably gonna get another love interest? That's why I feel like Sarah J. Maas didn't really like. She not really, with Tamlin and Feyre. Cause y'all know how fairy books be like, or fantasy in general. You think they'll be with one person and then somebody else to come in, like, you know what I'm saying? Them the vibes I'm getting. Another thing, like pronunciations, like is it Lucine or Lucian? Because I'm going back and forth saying Lucian and Lucine because he has the same name as Lucian from the Underworld franchise. I don't know if they spelled the same, but it's the same name. So is it Lucine or Lucian? Because y'all do know like supernatural creatures have different names. Like Lucian is like a werewolf name. Lucine Fillmore is like a fairy name. So is it Lucine or Lucian? I'm gonna go with Lucine. I hope I'm pronouncing these names right. Oh, before I start reading, Farah and Tamlin had their first kiss. Um, it was cool, but I'm just not like I like the characters. I'm just not feeling the relationship. Like I'm not feeling it. Like I'm not really feeling it. But I still like the book. Like I'm loving the book, but I'm not feeling it. Like y'all know how usually when the couples have their first kiss in books, you be like Violet and Zayden, for example, like you feel the like oh period, or Tristan Kane and Morano Vitello, like you feel it. I don't really feel it. I didn't really feel that when they had their first kiss in this book. So I'm gonna come back to let y'all know if my theory is correct. But I got a feeling she gonna find a new love interest in this book, or in like, is the whole series following her? Like, is she the? I don't know. I got so many questions. Oh yeah, something else that I got a question about. It's this is this she that Lucien and Tamlin keep talking about. Is this like a lady who runs all 7 courts? Like you got a person that's over all the other courts. Like who is this she they referring to? And what is this blight disease? Like, cause I just read that it's like some of the younglings, like the Fae children, they died because of this. And it's the same. This disease is the reason why the Supreme Court have masks, like a masquerade ball mask. So like Tamlin, Lucien, and Alice, and all the other members of the Supreme Court have like these masquerade ball masks on. That's how I'm describing it. Like that's what I'm seeing in my head. That's my two main questions for this book. Who is this she that they keep referring to, and what is this blight disease? Like, where did it come from? To where it's kind of like snuffing out their magic a little bit and it's killing. Like, yeah, those are my two main questions now. Y'all, this is so off topic, but every time they say something about blight, the blight disease, I think about blight from Dead by Daylight. I just got the ick from just a word that the author used, the pregnant silence. It is. That's a it. What? Like, why is silence pregnant? I don't like that. I'm invested in this. I don't understand why. Like, I'm just. I know I said this already in this vlog, but every review that I have seen about this first book of ACOTAR, everybody like it was so hard for me to get through it. Just read the first book. The other books is so much better. Da 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 da. I'm enjoying this book. What are y'all talking about? I'm not complaining because if I didn't like this book, I would have been so mad because I feel like I'm pulling teeth and nail to finish something. But I am loving this book. If I'm right about what I'm about to say, I'm gonna be so irritated because yeah, like I said, I've been writing since I was in high school. So with me being an author, I can really like pinpoint and predict a lot of stuff that's going to happen in books. So a lot of it's rare that anything get past me. At Fire Night, it was like three fairies. I feel like they was gonna try to, yeah, Farah, and then this fairy, this other fairy saved her, or whatever. And they never said his name or nothing like that. Which then I kind of had a feeling this whoever this person is gonna come back in this book, and he did. I'm reading it. His name is Resand. I've heard about Resand when everybody do the ACOTAR rankings, but nobody give me context on who he is. So apparently he got to be important for him to be in like the little ACOTAR filters on BookTok. But for him to say, is they gonna end up together, y'all? That's my theory. Cause y'all know how I was just saying I don't feel like the from Tamlin and Farah. Is her and Resand gonna have a little fling going on, or they gonna be together, or am I just overthinking it? And then Tamlin is a High Lord, and it's saying right here, Farah said that when Resand approached Tamlin, he didn't bow to him. So if you know anything about fairy books and stuff, if somebody approach a high fairy or a high lord and they don't bow to them, then that means they either above them or they on the same like level. So is Resand a high lord of one of those other courts? And if so, which court? It's not Spring Court because Tamlin is. It's not Spring or Autumn Court because Tamlin is the High Lord of Spring Court and Lucien's dad is the High Lord of the Autumn Court. But then this is the second time that Farah has said he wearing all black, Resand. So when I think of black, I think of night. Cause I feel like if he was a High Lord of the Winter Court, he'd be wearing like blue or white. Or if he was the High Lord of Dawn, it'll be like a brownish color. Same thing can apply for Autumn though. Maybe I'm overthinking it. If I'm right, if I'm right, you gotta subscribe. This gonna be crazy. What if I'm right, y'all? I'm gonna be so proud of myself. Y'all, I was right. So y'all gotta subscribe. I was right, and it's crazy because how I figured in my theory that Resand was the High Lord of the Night Court was because his clothing. Yeah, I was right. So I don't know if I told y'all this, but in like two chapters before this chapter that I'm reading, there was this head in like the garden or whatever, and Lucien had said like there was a night court's way of like playing like jokes and stuff on them, and they like a deadly court or whatever. And now Rhysand is talking to Tamlin and Lucien, and he's saying that, they talk about the head. So I was right. Rhysand he's the High Lord of the Night Court then, because the way he just gradually talking to Tamlin like what, like they bros, well not bros, because obviously they don't like Rhysand for whatever reason, but you know what I'm saying, like that's like two kings talking. You think one of them kings gonna double down to the, no, it ain't none of that. And yeah, y'all get what I'm saying. So Rhysand the High Lord of the Night Court. I know I'm right. I know I'm right. Either he gotta be. Okay, let me just. I was right. She like Rhysand just said to Lucien, "Is that a way to talk to a High Lord of Prithium?" Y'all, I'm telling y'all, my ability to see stuff from a mile away is crazy. Just because I'm an author and a reader in one person, so it's just like I was right. I love being right. Okay, I just want to update y'all on that. Who is Amarantha? So is her and Rhysand together? Because this is the second remark where they first they called Rhysand Amarantha's, and now Lucien said what he said. Her bed is growing cold, and y'all know that means they bloop 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 and something. They got something going on. So maybe I am wrong about Rhysand and Feyre. I don't. But y'all, I don't know. It's just kind of setting up that they're gonna be together or have some do something, have something going on. I don't know. But it seemed like he taken, so maybe I was wrong. Maybe I was wrong. So y'all know how I asked who's this she, her that they kept referring to in earlier chapters. Is it Amarantha? How you say this lady name? Is it her? Because y'all know how I also said that Lucien called Rhysand her horse. And now, like, for Rhysand to be a High Lord and Tamlin to be a High Lord, Tamlin is kind of like beneath Rhysand, because why aren't you doing anything to Rhysand when he's basically provoking Feyre, and then you pleading for him to leave her alone instead of whooping his behind, and now you're bowing to him and begging him to not tell Amarantha about Feyre because Feyre is a human and fairies don't like humans. Like what? I'm I'm confused. So not only is Rhysand a High Lord just like Tamlin, he's above Tamlin as well. Is that because of his who he is, or is it because the lady he's dealing with clearly? Can I tell y'all something? I'm not liking Rhysand. And I don't know how to feel about Tamlin, because why you not whooping his behind, but then it might not be smart too. So the fact that you're bowing and begging for him to leave her alone and to not tell Amarantha about Feyre, that's kind of cute. Yeah, I ain't liking Rhysand though. Cause is you cool? Do you need that? How you feeling? Like who you feeling like? So Feyre and Tamlin just did the naked twister, the boom boom boom, for the first time, and it's saying he roared. He roared. Can I be honest with y'all? I don't like that in books unless he a werewolf. Why is we roaring? Like, unless you're like a werewolf or a hybrid. What's up with that? You could have said it when he grumbled. I feel like fairies grumble. I don't get roar from fairies. I get roar. That's a roar. Like roar and growl, I get that from like werewolves. Like only when it's like a werewolf book and they boom boom boom. But a fairy, I feel more of like a grumble from a fairy. This was like this is like one paragraph of that. Like we couldn't get a little more. We grown. Like we couldn't get a little bit more. You know what I'm saying? Like what happened? Like that's it. I just had to update y'all on that because it was like he roared. You know. Okay. Yeah. He just told her that he loves her. Y'all, that is her glue. I promise. All this is her glue. from my weeds, but whatever. Y'all, Tamla just told Farrah that he loves her while she's falling asleep after they made love. I love Tamlin. The book is almost done. I low key hope the second book is doesn't follow another couple and it follows them. Well, in a lot of romantic books, the whole series follow the same couple. I'm just so is the whole series gonna follow them, or is my theory right that she gonna end up with like Rhysand or somebody else? I don't know if she gonna be Rhysand no more because apparently he was somebody else, and I don't like him the most. So like he came off charming at first, but now he coming off as arrogant. I ain't. Feyre is back at home because Tamlin is afraid of the stuff that's going to happen. Like he sent her back home to protect her. I understand that. But her being back home just reminded me of how much I don't like her sisters, especially Nesta. I don't like Nesta. Like, she's a. I don't like her. Also, Feyre keeps recalling what the Surreal told her to stay with the High Lord when she had captured that Surreal trying to figure out how she can get back home, and then the Surreal had told her to stay with the High Lord, like stay with Tamlin. And Feyre keeps recalling that. I feel like it's foreshadowing that something is going to happen because now Feyre is no longer with the High Lord. She's no longer with Tamlin. She's back at home on the Mortarland. She's not in Prithium anymore. I feel like something's going to happen. The glamour that Tamlin put on Feyre's family did not work on Nesta. Why didn't it work on Nesta? Y'all, is Nesta going to turn out to be a Fae? Is she a Fae? All right, is these girls Fae? Like, because why didn't the glamour work on Nesta? Literally told Feyre, your little beast glamour didn't work on me. How do you know about glamour? Like, how do you know about all this stuff? So it's only one or two things can happen. These girls are Fae or something like that, and they don't know it yet. Or maybe I'm tripping. Or Nesta got a fairy lover or something. I don't. Maybe I'm overthinking about how did it didn't work on her like. And now I'm starting to like her a little bit because now I'm starting to understand why she's so like why she's a like she's been hurt. Like they lost their mom, they lost their fortune. Like it made her cold. So I'm kind of understanding her now. But I don't want to speak too soon. I did not tell y'all this, but in that chapter where we find out Rhysand, like, and I was telling y'all I was right that he was a High Lord and of the Night Court, and all that, he asked Pharaoh what her name was, and she lied and said her name was Claire Better. So literally the day before Tamlin had her sent back to the mortal land, the real Claire Better, her family died in the car. Well, her family died in offensive car accident. Her family died in a house fire, but they didn't find her body. So I feel like the Fae who came and did that, they took her. Faye intentionally said her name was Claire Better because she was like, it was one of my sister's friends. Ooh, y'all. Reese and them had something to do with it. The night court had something to do with it. Why you didn't just make up a name? You said you used somebody's real name, and now this girl family dead, and they can't even find her body. So either she dead too, or they done took her to Prithium. I was right. So I was right. I don't know how to pronounce this lady's name. Amarantha. She's the High Queen of all, like the whole of Prithium, like all the lands. So basically, she's above the High Lords of each separate thing. Is what I'm gathering from this, and she came from the other. Let me show y'all. Let me just. She came from here. This is bad. I learned this in the first couple chapters. Um, and she's the High Queen of all Prithium. So these are like the different courts and stuff, and apparently she's above the High Lords of all of this. Is what I maybe I'm wrong, but that's what I gathered. This is the wall that separates the Fey land, which is the south, from the north, which is the Mortal land, which is Feyre's village. By she, I mean Amarantha. And what's this curse that they are talking about? I just highlighted it so I can come back to it. Okay, Amarantha is the blight. The blight is not a real disease. She is the blight. She, at this ball that they created for her, she put some type of potion from Hybrum in the wine, and the Fae High Lords drink it. It kind of snuffed out some of their powers, and she gained it. That's why they not as strong as they used to be. Um, so yeah, that answers that question. In the first chapter of this book, that wolf that Feyre killed, y'all learned that it was a fairy named Andress. But now we're finding out that Tamlin actually son Andress, like they had this all planned for Andress to go over there and get killed by a human, unprovoked, with hatred in her heart for Fairy, because it, yeah. And then the mask that the Supreme Court wears is a part of the curse that Amarantha put on Tamlin in the Supreme Court, because Amarantha wanted Tamlin, like out of lust, she wanted him to be her man, and he didn't want her. The whole situation with Lucian's eye and the scar on his face, she did that. And so to make amends, she hosted this masquerade party for the Supreme Court. And when Tamlin rejected her, she cursed him to wear the mask. Tamlin had to find a human to marry him that had hatred in her heart for Fairy, who was killed of Fairy unprovoked. That was Farah. Farah, she did that, but she didn't marry Tamlin. And basically, if Tamlin didn't do that in like 7 years, he had to be with Amarantha. Child. So that answers a lot of my questions. A lot of my questions just got answered. Apparently, favorites. I just thought about Cyrus from Quicksilver. Yeah, I'm sorry, y'all. My bad. Feyre. She just went to Under the Mountain. I think that's what Amarantha's like kingdom is called. And she's going to save Tamlin in the Supreme Court or whatever. And she basically just revealed that she loves Tamlin. Like she like I'm coming to get my man. Like just basically what she told Amarantha. Like, girl, I'm coming to get my man. Get him here. But she's making a bargain with her, and basically she'll have to pass 3 tests, and she'll have 1 test every month at a full moon. If she don't pass them, she'll die. If she, well, I guess, want to give up, she have to solve a riddle. If she gets the riddle wrong, she dies. But this is also fed like romanticy, so it's not a guarantee that she gonna pass this. It might be one of those adventure moments. Y'all know how in Infinity War we thinking that, oh, they not, Thanos not gonna snap, and he ended up winning. The villain ended up actually winning. It might be one of them. I don't know, but let's keep reading. And another thing, I don't think she gonna end up a Rhysand. I do not like Rhysand because he gave Amarantha that name. Like, I know how I was telling y'all about Claire Better, when that's the name that Feyre had gave Rhysand when he asked what her name was, and then Rhysand went back and told Amarantha that the name of the human, and then the girl family ended up getting burnt to death, and then they brought Claire to Perithium so that Amarantha could torture the girl until the girl literally passed, like she died. Rhysand, you were he's the reason why that girl and her family dead. I don't like Rhysand. Now I'm starting to. I might have been wrong, gal. I might have been wrong. I don't think Feyre and Rhysand gonna end up together. Cause what? Part of me like, nah, ain't no way now. But then there's still that lit inks, like that lit 0.5% of me kind of feeling like they, cause like the way that he just got introduced to her, it's just like, bruh. And apparently he's like, I don't know. I don't know, y'all. Or maybe his redemption arc gonna be with him, somebody else. But like, this is romanticy, so you never know romanticy. I feel like, y'all, y'all, we keep coming back to this. Like, I don't feel that for her and Tamlin, like they gonna be together. But then this is romanticy, so a lot of romanticy books, the couples stay the same throughout the books. But then there is a possibility that her love interest gonna change, because I'm not just feeling it with her and Tamlin. Like, They don't feel like in game to me, basically. And then the way Reese Ann was introduced is given he might be a love interest, or he might become a very important character throughout the book, and he might end up getting with somebody else like Alice or somebody. I'm just, he might end up getting a redemption arc or something, or he might become like a permanent like villain in this series. Oh, I'm so easy. And I say I'm so easy because I just said I don't like Reese. I have to realize I've just come to accept I'm one of those girlies who kind of love the feeling. Like, I love Niklaus Michelson. In the first season of Vampire Diaries, I love me some Damon. Like, I love Stephen too, though. But, you know what I'm saying? I got a thing for the villains. Like, I like Loki from the Avengers. Let me just read this little part, y'all. And it's so this why y'all gonna understand. When I read this, y'all gonna be like, "Oh yeah, girl, you really is easy for these fictional men. You was easy." Let me get y'all context before I read it. So basically, Amarantha is asking Feyre what her name is. Feyre is refusing to say anything, and so Amarantha summoned Rhysand, the Lord of the Night Court, and Rhysand walked up to the throne, and he's standing beside Pharaoh. Amarantha lifted her brows. Is this the girl you saw at Tamlin's house? At Tamlin's estate. He brushed some invisible flecks of dust off his black tunic before he surveyed me. His violet eyes had boredom and disdain, I suppose. Y'all, I can just imagine him going, I suppose. Like, boy, don't be acting like you this interested. You know you want me.
You know you want me. You know you fucking want me. It's all this black chocolate. All this fucking black. Look at them fucking black. Look at all this black chocolate. Look at these toes.
I'm so easy. Oh my gosh. I'm not now. I'm hoping he get a redemption arc because it's the lit. It's still you still wrong for what you did though. You still wrong, Reese. I ain't that easy. You still need to do some more to show us you. Child. I think I did speak too soon because the human that Amarantha was referring to was Claire. Claire's dead body is hung up in a throne. And Reese is like, I suppose. I was thinking she was talking about Feyre, but she was talking about Claire, the actual Claire. And then Amarantha had asked Reese, I thought you said this was the girl, and he told her all humans look the same to me. I had to pause because what do you mean? You know exactly what Feyre looked like because when you saw her at the fire night for the first time, you recognized her when Lucien tried to glamour her from you when you came. Like, I remember in this reading vlog when we first found out who Rhysand was, and I was like doing all my theories that all came out to be true, whatever. He remembered her, so he knew Claire was not Feyre. So what you lie for? Now I'm starting to like him a little bit now because he obviously lied to protect her or something. Like, they gonna be together. Watch, either they gonna be together or he gonna get a redemption arc and get his own book to be with somebody else, or he might not even get a book of him. He might end up just being a good friend to them. Like, yeah, because why you lying? You know exactly what Feyre looked like. And apparently I was right because Feyre clocked that tea too. She clocked that tea. She just said the same thing I just said. Like, he remembered her from Fire Night when so me, Feyre, is you trying to beat me or something? Like, girl, is we the same person? Because period. The riddle, they just gave her the riddle, and I'm about to read it to y'all, and I'm about to give y'all my guess. There are those who seek me for a lifetime but never we meet, and those I kiss but who trample me beneath ungrateful feet. At times I seem to favor the clever and the fair, but I bless all those who are brave enough to dare. By large, my ministrations are soft-handed and sweet, but scorned, I become a difficult beast to defeat. For though each of my strikes land a powerful blow, when I kill, I do it slow. Is it love? Maybe I'm tripping. Is the answer to the riddle love? That's the first thing that popped in my head. I'm gonna let y'all know if I'm right or wrong. So Farah just did her first task and she passed. And apparently the fairies, like of all the courts, are betting on the on each task. And Amarantha had said that majority of everybody said she'll last 1 minute. Some people said 5 minutes, and then only one person betted that Farah would pass the task. And while the outer eight or whatever it's called was taking away Farah to back to her little cell, Amarantha had called up Resan. And I got a feeling Resan had betted that Farah would successfully, pass the task. Another thing, why Tamlin not saying nothing? Like, he's not saying nothing at all. Is he under some type of well, no, he can't be under a spell because he can't be under a spell or nothing because, like, or is he? Why he not saying nothing? He's starting to make me mad now. Because why you not saying nothing? You that scary that you can't say nothing. So is Reese saying a shadow daddy? Because how come he coming from the shadows in this girl's cell? I'm starting to feel like they're gonna be together. Because why he in a cell with her? Like, dude, mind your business, naive. You the reason they in this situation now. You really part of the reason. You part of the problem, boo. I was right. Resan did. He was the only one that admitted that she survived the task because he just said she made him a lot of money. I gotta come back and let y'all know when I'm right and if I ever get wrong. All right, I know what my guess gonna be. I bet money Resan and Faye gonna end up together because he just gave her the offer of saying that if he heals her arm, she have to come live with him at the night court for 2 weeks every month, 2 weeks of his choosing. And y'all know how books be, them little 2 weeks can turn into an eternity being in love. And then, like I said already, I still don't feel that in game between her and Tamlin. Like, they cute or whatever, but they don't give me in game and I just love them. So they don't give me that. All that time, it's basically forced proximity, and we already know what forced proximity end up with in books. They end up falling in love. So either it's gonna be that or it's gonna be a love triangle, one or the other. I don't know, but that's why I'm standing at. I'm a stander. I still don't really like him that much, so something need to happen for me to actually start falling in love with Resan. He don't leave much of a bad taste in my mouth as he did beforehand. Because like I told y'all already, I'm easy. But yeah, he ain't third with me yet. So I finished it. I'm gonna give this 4 stars. Just because I feel like I'm probably like the other ones better. So I was right. The riddle was love. I was right, y'all. So I got the riddle right. I love Resan now. I actually like him now because, yeah, he played me. I thought he was the villain and he really wasn't. He was helping them. I still feel the same about Farah and Tamlin's love. Like, it's cute, but it doesn't give in game. So, yeah, I still stand on where that week because they bargained. So they week that she's going to have to spend with Reese every month. I feel like she's going to end up falling in love with him. And I say that, and I'm sticking with that because, and I tabbed this. So, this is in the last chapter where before he leave, he basically, she said he stumbled, but like he went rigid, like looking at her face. So I don't know what it is that he saw. I'm probably going to find it out in the second book. So yeah, obviously how this ended, the second book is going to be about her. So the whole series might be about Farah. I might be wrong. It might be the first 2 books. I don't know. But yeah, I can already tell that she's going to be the FMC in the second book. Resan is going to be in the second book. Tamlin is going to be in the second book. She ended this book off with Tamlin. But I feel like in that time that she's going to spend with Resan, they are going to end up falling in love and probably being in game. Because this does not feel like in game. Her and Tamlin just don't feel like in game. It doesn't. So yeah, and obviously something's going to happen with her and Resan because the foreshadowing that I just told y'all, like why he go rigid looking at her face and something. Like, she's also high fae now. She had to become high fae in order for her to survive because and Amantha, whatever that lady name is, I keep forgetting her name. She killed her basically, and all the High Lords sprinkled, did a little sprinkle, sprinkle, and now she's alive, but she's immortal and she's high fae. So yeah, yeah, I finished this first book, and it's 10 a.m. It just hit 10 a.m. So I actually finished it before 10 a.m. And I'm about to get myself together. I'm gonna use the bathroom and eat, and we finna start on the second book. Yeah, yeah. So yeah, I love this book. And as y'all can tell, I didn't annotate as much as I thought I was, but yeah, and y'all, yeah, and y'all, please don't talk about. Yeah, I cut up sticky notes to use them like that for right now until my tabs from Amazon come in. Once they come in, then I'll go through all my books that I have like this and tab them the right way. But right now, this it's gonna have to do, baby. It's gonna have to do. We make ways around her. But yeah, I'll be back, y'all. So I get the child probably don't care, but this is my first bookshelf. And this right here, that's my second bookshelf. This. So in this vlog, I might end up putting up my second bookshelf because I need somewhere to put these, and I'm also need somewhere to put Throne of Glass because I'm definitely gonna finish this whole series in a week and 3 days. I'm definitely gonna finish it. So yeah, I just wanted to show y'all that my new bookshelf came in yesterday. So no, girl. But yeah, so I'm gonna probably put this together, but let's go ahead and grab the second book of ACOTAR. But right now, I'm gonna sit this first one. I'm just sitting on top of my Twisted Little series, but oh, but we have A Court of Mist and Fury, and it's a little bigger than A Court of Thorns and Roses, but I don't care. Like, I feel like I can eat this up in about a day and a half. So yeah, because I'm getting a late start on it. I would have finished it today for sure. If what happened yesterday didn't happen, y'all already know. Like, I was doped up because of my cramps, so I couldn't finish the first book yesterday. So I'm a little behind schedule, but it's all good. But yeah, I'm gonna get myself situated, and then y'all gonna see me back in this bed, probably more than likely in my bed to start on the second book, ACOTAR. Okay, y'all. So I got myself rejuvenated. I done ate. I didn't use the restroom. I didn't took me a little TikTok break / YouTube break, and now I'm back in the mood. So now we're about to start on book 2 of ACOTAR, which is A Court of Mist and Fury. I am excited to see Lucian and Farah and Rhysand. Those are the 3 main people I am from the first book that I'm so excited to, because I know they're gonna be in this book. Like, duh. Tamlin. I mean, I'm just, yeah, like, I like him, but I don't love him like I love those 3. So yeah, and I'm also excited to learn more about the Night Court, because obviously we're gonna get more about the Night Court because of the bargain that Farah and Rhysand have. So I'm ready for that world building portion of it. And I'm ready to. So that means new characters. I had to wipe off my camera. But that means new characters like are gonna be introduced in here, whether they side characters or they're gonna be very important recurring characters. Like, obviously we're gonna get new characters because we in a new court now. We're gonna get a glimpse of a new court. So yeah, and then Feyre is no longer human; she's a high face. So I'm excited to see her journey about that too. It is currently 12:20 p.m. So, yeah, we're gonna see how much I can get done in one sitting before I have to like get up and use the bathroom or anything but skin. So, yeah. Okay, so y'all remember that bargain that she had with Rhysand in book 1, where 1 week of every month for the rest of his life, she had to spend a week at the night court with him. Well, it's now been 3 months, and she has yet to see Rhysand since that time, where I was saying, like, when he, I guess when he's seen something like
about her and it scared him and he left. He hadn't seen him since. Tamlin is kind of irritating me. Like he already rubbed me the wrong way when he didn't do nothing like at all in the first book at the end when Faye was going through all these tasks and stuff. Sam was doing everything. Lucy was doing it. Like they were the ones really helping her out. He only talked to her when he said like he wanted to fiddle her skittle. Like, boy, please. And now like she's because in the third task she had to kill two Fae, like innocent fairies, and it's hunting her. So she's getting sick and I was in the third and he's still asleep. Like, you a fairy. How are you like you're a fairy? How are you not hearing that your woman is getting up out the bed late at night throwing up and stuff? And if you are, you not saying or doing anything about it, you ain't checking on her. Like, what is you cool? Like, I hope she don't end up with him.
For one, I know that last footage is kind of like it sounded like y'all underwater because I had my AirPods in, but that's besides the point. Y'all. So, Pharaoh and Tamlin are engaged. They've been engaged for 2 months. I'm not happy about that. I have a theory. So Feyre basically just said that her she doesn't like her and Tamlin aren't fated mates or yet. But y'all done boom boom boom. Y'all done got engaged. Y'all finna get married in 2 weeks, and y'all still not fated mates. So now I feel like she reached fated mate. That's probably what he's seen at the end of book one that scared him so bad. You know, cause she was but when she was a human, like I had already said, Feyre and Reese had a lot of chemistry, more chemistry than her and Tamlin had, in my opinion. And then at the end of book one, she was a high fae. She was a fairy. So maybe now that she's a fairy, she has a fated mate now. And you know, I love the fated mate trope with fairy books like Quicksilver. You know, Kingfisher and Ceres, they became fated mates. You know, so after all this time, nothing has happened with her and Tamlin for them to know that they fated mates. I don't think she gonna end up with Tamlin. So woohoo! Yeah, and he's just so distant with her now. Like he's not the same Tamlin from book one. He's just very distant with her, and I don't know how to feel about that. I know he's not cheating. I don't think he's cheating, but you know, if this is real life, then of course, like, but something going on. The wedding was a disaster. This girl literally. Oh wait, I did she tell them? Did Feyre tell them she don't like the color red? I think she did actually, or was it a monologue? I can't remember. But and I feel like she said something. So why would y'all have any red in sight of her? Like what? Y'all know she had the color red. And then two, Rhysand appeared. And y'all, he said, "Hello, Pharaoh, darling." And I just noticed he said it to her in the last book. So this is gonna be his thing, calling her Pharaoh, darling, because it's so cute to me. It's so cute. But yeah, the wedding was a disaster. It was a disaster, and I am not complaining. I just finished chapter 5, and you know, like I told y'all, Rhysand had basically popped up to the wedding like here. Why Tamlin just Tamlin, why is you not doing nothing? Like you that scared of Rhysand? Like for Tamlin say you looking like a Reese, you looking like you know, because you got these people scared of you or whatnot. Like, baby, they cleared the era, clear the era.
Clear the error, clear the error, clear the error, clear the error.
That's what everybody did when Reese Ann popped up at their wedding. And then I find it so cute that for Favor's first week at night court with Reese saying he wants her to learn how to read. So I think he's gonna teach her how to read. And I think that's so cute because Tamlin, you've known this girl for months, probably a year now, whatever, and she gonna be your wife, and you haven't thought to teach her how to read. Like you haven't thought to teach her how to read and write. And this man It's already finna teach her how to read. Like, Tamlin is pitiful. The second task that Feyre had in the first book was like a riddle, but she can't read. So she struggled. Like, Rhysand helped her win that task. You would think after Tamlin saw that he would want to teach his woman how to read, and you still have not taught how to read. This other man is teaching how to read. Like, is you... Yeah, Tamlin pitiful. I'm over it. I'm over him. I'm through with him. I'm done with him. I'm done with him. He not doing enough for me. I love how Feyre, she threw a shoe at Rhysand when he first brought her to the night court. Yeah, she got so mad at him. She threw a shoe at him and he hit him in the back of the head. That was so funny to me. So he got mad. He turned around to her while she picked up, like, took her other shoe off. And he was like, "I dare you, y'all." Why she throw the shoe? But he called it that time. I'm like, bruh, that was so funny because I could just imagine him walking away from her, like, thinking thinking he did something, and she just chunked the shoe at the back of his head. Like, that was funny. That was funny. She ate the little thing. She ate that. She ate that. Hi. So I took a nap. I took like a 6-hour nap. I'm about to get up. I'm about to shower. I'm about to brush my teeth again, and I'm about to put my wig and stuff back on, and then we'll be back to reading The Court of Missing Fury. I just had to update y'all on that because I didn't expect to sleep that long. I wanted to take a 2-hour nap, but it ended up going to 6-7 hours. I was tired. Okay, so I done did my little hair or whatnot. I done brushed my teeth. But y'all, I just had to. Like, I was having withdrawals. So I'm reading a little bit more. So these are things I just found out. And I'm gonna get to chapter 20 and I'm gonna go take my shower. Because, like, yeah, I need some me time. But I was having withdrawals from ACOTAR. I woke up from my nap thinking about ACOTAR. I dreamed about ACOTAR. I'm not lying. I dreamed about it. Like, I love this series already. Anyway, so I just found out that Azrael is a shadow singer, which is very powerful. By the way, I love his name because the way it's spelled, that's how I want to spell my first daughter name. Except I want to pronounce it Azrael, not Azrael, but Azrael. Like L instead of ill. Yeah. Pharaoh holds powers from all the 7 high lords of the 7 courts. Because, you know, they all sprinkle a little sprinkle to bring her back to life. She has part of all of their powers. So she's very powerful. She just don't know how to use her powers yet. She left Tamlin because, like, he trapped her. He used his powers to trap her in the spring court. And because of, like, the bond she have with Rhysand, because, like, the bargain that they have with a little tattoo on her hand and stuff, he could hear that she was panicking because she felt trapped, kind of like in the Under the Mountain from the first book. So basically, she was having PTSD experiences tenfold. So Moore, who is Rhysand's cousin, she went and got Feyre and brought her to the night court to Rhysand. And Rhysand basically just had told her she could leave when she want. And I don't think she's going to end up leaving. So, yeah, she's at the night court right now. She's met Cassian, she's met Azrael, she's met Amryn, and she's met Moore. She met Moore her first week of the bargain. So she been met her. But now she met Rhysand's other 3 peeps. Feyre is a Demarty, just like Rhysand and other people. So basically, the Demarty can get in people's head and stuff. Yeah. So she got that power from Rhysand. She got the shape shifting from Tamlin because, like, claws came out her hands just like claws come out of Tamlin's hand. She has, like, I feel like she has some freezing abilities from the Winter Court and fire by burning abilities. I don't know where she get that from though. Or maybe I misread that part about the fire part. But yeah, yeah, that's just what I learned so far.
of Hembrim, which was where Amarantha was from. He's trying to bring Jorian back to life so that he can start a war on the Fey lands so that he can get to the mortal lands and conquer them too. And what's so crazy about this, Rhysand, I feel like he the only High Lord that's clocking it because Feyre tried to tell Tamlin and Tamlin did not believe her. Like, he's Tamlin just pissed me off. I'm just so glad she left him. Like, who? Because he was pissing me off. Like, he was invalidating her feelings. He knew she was waking up at night having nightmares, throwing up, and he didn't check on her, didn't say nothing at all. He ended up saying that he knew about it. Like, dude, like, I understand you might be going through stuff too, but this your woman. You supposed to be a man. Like, what is you doing? Okay, so no, my bed is not made up. It's gonna get made up today. Mind your business, naive. But so I don't know when last time I updated y'all, but we learned more about Cassian and Azrael. I already told y'all, that they warriors basically. Azrael's a shadow singer. Um, but we learned more about their past. They had come from abusive families. Why I feel like Cassian and Nesta either gonna get together or have something going on. Nesta is one of Favorite's older sister. She's the eldest out of all three of them. So I feel like right now they don't like each other, but I feel like they end up being together or have something going on. And I feel like Azrael and Elaine will end up having something going on. Elaine is the middle sister. I feel like they gonna have something going on. Maybe I'm wrong, but the little dinner scene is just giving they gonna have something going on. You know what I'm saying? Oh yeah, but we also find out that because Pharaoh has, I don't know if I told y'all this or not, but yeah, we found out because Pharaoh has all these powers in her from being resurrected by the seven High Lords of the seven courts, that she can possess like this book or something to stop the king of Hebrian to getting it, because like I told y'all, he's trying to conquer Prithium first to get to the mortal lands. So yeah. But I actually just really came back because y'all, I highlighted all this. I am such a doggone simp. So basically, like, I don't. It's this magical way that they can write like letters back and forth to each other. So Rhysand and Feyre have been doing this, right? So now dating all like Rhysand, Feyre, Amren, Azriel, Cassian, and more. They all had this dinner. They went into the town, had dinner, boo boo. Three of them go drinking and partying and dancing. Rhysand and Feyre go back to the house. So why Feyre in the room? Before we get to that, before Rhysand and Feyre went to the room, went to the house and she went in her room, she heard the music. She heard the music and she realized that she heard that same music under the mountain in the first book when she was giving up on living and stuff. And she realized Rhysand had sent the music to her and she asked him why he did it. Y'all, this is what he said. Rhysand's voice is hoarse because you were breaking and I couldn't find another way to save you. So this whole time I went liking Rhysand's first book, he was really like he was doing his big one, trying to make sure he was doing motherhood and her own man was doing. And that's why I'm Team Rhysand now. So back to what I was telling y'all about her being in a room after this had happened. Now they writing letters back and forth like magically, like they was doing ahead of time. So I'm gonna read all of this. And I quote, on it, Rhysand had written, I might be a shameless flirt, but at least I don't have a horrible temper. You should come and tend to my wounds from our squabble in the snow. I'm bruised all over thanks to you. Something clicked against the nightstand, and a pen rolled across the polished mahogany. Hissing, I snatched it up and scribbled, go lick your own wounds and leave me be. The paper vanished. It was gone for a while, far longer than it should have taken to write the few words that appeared on the paper when it returned. I'd much rather you lick my wounds for me. So she know he challenging her, like he taunting her. He flirt, y'all. He want her. He want her. I clamped my lips shut. Keep it.
To keep from smiling as I wrote, lick you where exactly? Y'all, this man is stupid. So basically, he was like, you know how men be flirting, like, lick me wherever, da 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 da, but I would prefer everywhere. She was like, she hope her licking is better than his licking, because, like, under the mountain when she was crying, he licked her tears to piss off. When I read that scene first, but I was like, why he licking her tears? Like, he really trying to piss her off for real. He really was, so that she wouldn't give up. And so she referred to that. So he wrote back to her when she said that. He said, I was under the stress. His note read, his next note read, if you want, I'd be more than happy to prove you wrong. I'd been told I'm very, very good at licking. She's so easy, y'all. Yeah, but my stuff stopped for some reason. But yeah, she told him good night. Y'all, why he write back and say, try not to moan too loudly when you dream about me. I need my beauty rest. Boy. He's so funny. He remind me of Kingfisher with his like humor. He remind me of Kingfisher, Carrington too from Quicksilver. Kingfisher and Carrington's from Quicksilver. He remind me of them for real with the little snarky remarks. It's so funny to me. We finna take a break. It's currently 8:01 a.m. So yeah, we're gonna finish this today for sure. Yeah, I don't have a bookmark. Yes, that's the paper towel. I'm one of those readers that I make anything a bookmark. I will use my phone as a bookmark. I will use a lamp as a bookmark. Yes, I'm one of those. I wish I could just hug Farrah. So, Cassian is teaching her how to fight. And while she's punching, y'all, she's thinking about Tamlin. And y'all, she's saying everything that I was saying. Like, she's talking about how when they was under the mountain and Amarantha, how Tamlin didn't do anything. It was Lucen and Rhysand helping her. Even Lucen's mother had helped this girl. Like, everybody else was helping her except her man. Then she talked about how before Amarantha, like, killed her, how he didn't do nothing but beg while, which he didn't do nothing. Rhysand was the one about to die trying to kill Amarantha while Tamlin just sitting there crying and begging, like, boy, do something. Then she's talking about how after all that happened, everybody, all the High Lords got all their powers back and stuff. Now, like, Tamlin was trying to keep her basically locked up in the Supreme Court and didn't want her to leave the house or nothing. And then he locked her there. Like, when she tried to leave, he used his powers to basically lock her there like a prisoner, which she had been a prisoner under the mountain when she came back for him because she loved him. Pharaoh went through what a lot of us women go through, and a lot of men go through this too with their first loves. Like, she realized that she fought more for him than he ever fought for her. And then once he really got her, he stopped trying. Like, all the little charming and nice stuff that he was doing, he was trying to get her, he stopped doing it. And she also pointed out something that I noticed in the first book. Like, he wasn't doing nothing. And then at one of those little parties, the first thing he tried to do when they got along was have sex with her. So she just pointed that out. She was like, he ain't even try to free me. He tried to brum me. The beginning of this book, I clocked something. I noticed every time he do something to hurt her, instead of him, like, he'll apologize, but instead of him, like, changing and trying to be there for her, they just fix their problems with sex. So I kind of knew that their relationship wasn't gonna work, because it's like, y'all trying to fix everything with slapping skins, y'all not really talking about nothing. And then she trying to talk about stuff, you shutting down, you not listening to her, you not checking on her. Like, what? You supposed to be her fiance. And Rhysand, they ain't never kissed, have nothing like that going on yet. And Rhysand has done more for her than Tamlin ever did. When we was thinking Rhysand was the villain, he was really protecting her, doing stuff for her, making sure she was okay. We found out all this out in this book, and we found out at the end of the last book too. But Tamlin is pitiful. He's pitiful. He's just like a lot of us women first couple of boyfriends. Just pitiful. I'm not gonna never finish this chapter because I keep stopping. But y'all, I love Rhysand so much. Farrah is basically having another breakdown, which is valid. Like, it's really valid. And Rhysand is comforting her, doing more for her than that piece of trash and ever did. Anyways, we're not going to talk about peasants. But he's comforting her, and he basically told her about his two nightmares. One is him being Amarantha's whore again, or his friends, and then the second is Farrah dying. Like, hearing her her skull break. Like, oh my goodness, because he was there when she got killed. So it's just like, oh. And another thing, where is Lucen? Like, they just brought him up. Where my man at? Like, I'm having Lucen withdrawals. For real. By the way, I can tell y'all now, I'm easy. I'm so easy for a fictional man.
That's why I'm easy.
And apparently I'm easy for Sarah J. Maas men because I done claimed Lucen. I done claimed Lucen, Rhysand, Azrael, and Cassie. I done claimed 4 of them, and I'm only on book 2. So it's cool though. It's cool. Okay. Look, I'm looking crazy. I'm washing my face right now. Anyways, I did just read chapter 32. Let me go check and see. Was it chapter 32? Did I hear it read? 33. Chapter 33. Rhysand, Amren, and Feyre are in the summer court. And because they're trying to get the other half of the book, right? So what I wanted to come talk to y'all about was, Liano, I'm toxic. So basically, what's his letter name? I be forgetting. I only remember the important people names. Cressida, she the princess or something of the summer court, and her and Rhysand are flirting. I feel like Rhysand doing it to intentionally get on Feyre's skin because she basically made like a little jab of saying if she was to sleep with the High Lord of the Summer Court to get that part of the book where he, and he acted like he wouldn't care or whatever. But obviously he cared because he doing it to make her mad. But maybe I'm toxic, but I love when this is in books. I love when when whether it's the female talk to another male or the man to talk to another woman to make each other mad. I love when they do that. I love lit toxic stuff. I ain't gonna lie, I'm probably one of the few people who don't mind a little bit of the miscommunication trope or the jealousy trope. I'm fine with it. I actually like it. It makes it more interesting. And then it's like Rhysand and Feyre not even together. They never even kissed. They like each other. None of it. So he ain't cheating. He ain't doing nothing crazy to make us not like him. But yeah, I just had to let y'all know that like I'm enjoying the little tension that they having right now. Yeah, y'all. I'm in the kitchen, supposed to be cooking, and I'm reading. In the beginning chapters, during the tide that the Supreme Court have, Feyre had gave a water wraith her earrings and jewelry to help her out because the water wraith didn't have anything to pay back to the Supreme Court or whatever. So now in this scene where Feyre and Amren got the other half of the book, but they was about to drown, the water wraith had saved them. The water wraith that she saved her sisters, the water wraith that Feyre helped her sisters saved her and Amren from drowning. And they said our sister's debt was paid. I just find it so amazing how authors, like little stuff like that, makes a big difference in a book. Which, that's real life too, y'all. That's the earth that just came on. Don't mind that. But yeah, I just want to update y'all on that. I found that really intriguing, actually. But I'm about to go ahead and finish the chapter before I start cooking. They went to Hybern. Feyre has both books. They trying to get the cauldron. Ammon told Feyre not to put the books together because it'll alert like other kingdoms of the power. That's how powerful it is. But she put the books together so she can get the cauldron. Y'all, she didn't even get it because her nose and stuff started bleeding. So obviously that's a sign that the power was too much on her body. It would have literally killed her more than likely. But Azrael stopped it from happening. Why Jorian there? Mind y'all, Jorian was technically dead. Amarantha had killed him, but she kept his eye and his finger bone on her neck and his eye in the ring. Y'all, he back in his human form. So that was chapter 62. Now I'm on chapter 63. Just had to update y'all on that. Why in the So they trapped in the kingdom of Hybern, right? The king that came, Jurian then blasted an ash bolt through Azrill's chest. Azrill could die in a second now. They made one wrong move, Azrill dead. Why did the king had some type of bargain with Tamlin? Because it's saying Lucen and Tamlin that came through the light. Y'all, I love Lucen so bad, but please don't tell me I'm about to hate him. I feel like I got hope in Lucen. I got hope that he gonna be a good guy. I still got hope. I just don't get that bad boy feeling. I don't get that from him. I feel like he gonna pick Pharaoh over Tamlin. I feel like he gonna pick his friendship with her over Tamlin's, because Tamlin's just I'm probably gonna just do a video so y'all can get my reaction. Yeah, I feel like somebody gonna die. I don't think it's gonna be Ezra though. I don't think it's gonna be Ezra, because I feel like it's more to his story. I feel like somebody gonna die. I might be wrong though, but this is romances. People die a lot in romances. So nobody didn't die in the first book. Well, Pharaoh died in the first book, but she came back to life immediately. I'm scared, y'all. Y'all, the six queens, like I already told y'all, they part of the reason why the king of Hybern even knew where Valaris was at. That's the city that Rhysand had hidden for like 50 years. The whole time Amarantha was in charge. Why did the remaining four queens bring Pharaoh's sisters, Nesta and Elaine, to Hybern? It's so much going on that's pissing me off. Let me keep reading. Y'all, alright then, is she been working on the king of Hybern this whole time, y'all. She was supposed to be Tamlin's friend, and she was helping Pharaoh plan her and Tamlin's wedding in the beginning of this book. I don't know if I told y'all, years ago, like centuries ago, was trying to sleep with Rhysand, but got rejected. It's so much going on. Like, what? It's so much going on, bro. So apparently, Ianthe, she don't want the High Lords ruling Prithium. She wants the High Priestess, which she's a High Priestess, to rule it. It's 12 of them, I think, if I remember correctly. She's one of 12. She been feeding the king of Hybern information about Pharaoh for months, since the beginning of this book. Like, she told him all about Pharaoh's sisters and everything. So he knew about the sisters before the six queens went to him. It's so, bro, what? And by the way, Tamlin, he had nothing. He didn't know nothing about all of this. He just wanted Pharaoh back, but he didn't know nothing about his friend. He didn't know nothing about all of this stuff going on. Like, he ain't know nothing about it. He just not finding out about it too. So yeah. Well, I'll keep reading. Why I feel like, y'all know how I said I feel like somebody gonna die. Why I feel like it's gonna be one of her sisters. I feel like it's gonna be one of her sisters. I might be wrong in both theories. I haven't been wrong yet though. Maybe I'm overthinking it. But it's just I don't feel like if one of her sisters die, I don't feel like that's the end of their story. So will one of the sisters come back as a faith, as a high faith? Nesta and Cassian gonna have something going on, and I feel like Elaine and Azrael might have something going on, but Azrael is clearly in love with Moore. It's just it's would it be a love triangle between Azrael, Moore, and Elaine, and Cassie and Nesta gonna be together. I just feel like if one of her sisters die, they gonna come back eventually. Cause it just it's like it's more to them to come, and then they gonna I feel like they gonna have relationships with Cassie and Aslan. I don't know. His wings. Cassian's wings. Ah! 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 Hold on. Y'all, Elaine's foot didn't hit the wall, y'all. She finna die. she She was my favorite sister. Like, she was my favorite. Of course, I love Feyre. I understand Nesta too. Like, I'm starting to like Nesta too. Like, I'm really starting to like her. I'm not gonna lie. I'm starting to like her. I ain't gonna lie. I'm liking the sisters more in this book than the first book. It's Elaine. It's Elaine finna die. Oh, hello. Let me brace myself because I know me. I will cry. I don't care. Hold on. Wait. She alive. She alive. Is it Elaine or Ellen? Whatever. They turned her into Faye, y'all. I was right. I thought she was dead at first. That's why I was holding my breath. Y'all, she alive. I don't care. I don't care if she Faye. The girl alive. That's all that matters. Okay. Okay. Nobody died yet. Nobody died yet. So I'm not relieved. I mean, I wouldn't be relieved if somebody died, but I'm not going to be relieved until this is over. Y'all, I'm right. Cassian and Nesta gonna end up together. Nah, they ain't gonna be fooling around. They probably gonna end up being mates. They probably gonna be mates. They argue like cats and dogs, but they clearly like each other because Cassian, like his wings is shredded. He is in pain, and his finger, like Favor just said, she saw like his hand twitch toward Nesta because they finna get ready to dump her in the cauldron too, and try to turn her into high fate. Well, she might die, but I don't think she'll die though. I don't think she gonna die. Mark my words, Cassian and Nesta, they gonna be mates. They gonna get together. They gonna end up being mates. Watch. Watch. Mm. be with Ezra. She's Lucy's mate. Oh my god. I'm not mad at it. I actually like it because I love Lucy and I still love him. I'm not mad at it, but why I feel like she's gonna have some Ezra, I don't know, but not Ezra. Lucen and Ellen, they're mates, y'all. They're mates. But can I be honest with y'all? I low-key had a feeling because the way Lucen, I don't think he ever met. No, he's never met Pharaoh's sisters. So the way he just immediately ran after Ellen, is it Ellen, Elaine, whatever. The way he immediately ran to her to cover her with his jacket. Well, it's not really a jacket, but I kind of figured in because Rhysand, low-key, he did the same thing when Amarantha was killing Feyre. Like, he rushed to defend her, like, to protect her. And Lucen did the same thing. Mind you, we don't know this girl. So I kind of figured they was going to be mates. Like, something was going to go on because he was just too quick to protect her. But that confirmed it. Nesta came out of the cauldron and she a Fae. Like, she pushed Lucen away from Elaine and was like, get off her. And, you know, she went to calling her, doing what big sisters do, like protecting their siblings. And Ellen, whatever, she looked over Nesta's shoulder to stare at Lucen, like she's staring at him. And then I was like, they mates. And the mating bud snapped in for both of them. Like, they know they each other mates. I don't know. I just feel like Cassian and Nesta are mates. I feel like they mates. I really feel like it. I feel like it's going to be kind of hard for them at first because they don't really get along. But, yeah. Yeah. Hold on, y'all got to fix my phone on my tripod. Oh, yeah. And Feyre said that when Nesta came out of the cauldron, she was different. Like, so how different is she? But I feel like that's going to be explored in the next book. So I'm not going to dwell on that question too much because so far every question I get, Sarah J. Maas answers them, period. I know Feyre playing, like she plans him and stuff. I don't like this. Okay, this one I don't like. Maybe I need to keep reading, but she's saying she heard the mating bond between her and Rhys crack. I feel like that defeats the purpose of a mating bond. Nobody should have enough power to to break a mating bond. I feel like mating bonds are so sacred to where nothing can come between them unless these people decide they don't want to be together, but the mating bond will still be there. You get what I'm saying? Kind of like if a wolf imprint on somebody, I feel like nothing should come between that. Or if, yeah, like, I'm not liking it. I don't like it. Then that is something I don't like. Wait, was it the mating bond or the bargain bond? I feel like those are kind of like two different things. Thank you, Lord. So, y'all, we're finally getting a chapter from Rhysand's point of view. Of course, it's the end of the book. I need more. He didn't break the mating bond. So, yeah, I was wrong. You can't break mating bonds. Like, it's impossible to break a mating bond. But the king thought he broke the mating bond, but he really broke the bargain. The bargain that Rhysand and Feyre had, which they made in the first book when she was under the mountain. That bargain is what the king broke. But the king thinking it's a mating bond, but it's not the mating bond. They are still mates. Feyre and Rhysand are still mates. Thank God. That's all I cared about. I'm good now. I'm cool now. Ain't nobody gonna die, clearly. Good. I can woosah now. I'm on the last chapter of this book. Alright, y'all. So, Feyre is not only Rhysand's mate, she's a high lady of the Night Court. Now, I know y'all probably like, ain't all the wives of High Lords? No. She's the first ever high lady. I mean, she deserves it though. She's very powerful. Usually when a woman marries a High Lord, she'll be called the Lady of the Night Court, or, well, not the Lady of the Day Court, woo, not High Lady. There's never been a High Lady. Feyre is the High Lady. Rhysand ate that. Period I, period. Period. So y'all, we finished A Court of Mist and Fury. I'm gonna rate this. I'm gonna give this another 4 star, simply because like I love the plot, obviously. Before I say this, I want y'all to know that I came into reading ACOTAR knowing that okay, romance is kind of like a subplot a little bit, but I didn't expect it to be that much of a subplot. Like I wanted more like from her and Rhysand, because the book to be this thick. It's not too thick, but you get what I'm saying. I wanted more from her and Rhysand. I don't feel like the ending was rushed. Actually, I really don't. I usually feel like endings like that is kind of rushed, but it all made sense when you think about it. I loved how it ended because now I got more to look forward to in the third book. I got more to look forward to. I'm looking forward to Ellen and Lucent. I'm looking forward to Cassian and Nesta. I think I'm gonna be an Azrael girly. I don't know if I say that already or not, but it's just something about Azrael. It's just something about him that I'm loving. Like he's like the little quiet, brooding one that people know not to play with, and he's loyal. And obviously he's attractive, like very handsome. I got a lot to look forward to, but I cannot get this 5 stars because, like I said already in this vlog, there were points where I was getting kind of bored. I was getting a little bored. You know, because I'm like, okay, just kind of getting dragged out a little bit. Like, why is it getting dragged out? Yeah, that's why I can't give it 5 stars. I can't even really give it 4.5 stars because I'm not just that satisfied enough. Also, y'all can kind of take what I say like for a grain of salt because I am kind of like hard to please when it comes to romanticy. I'm hard to please. I'm more harder on my romanticy books than my dark romance or my cowboy romance. Oh my gosh, just scared me out. But I'm gonna give this four. No, you know what? I'm gonna give it 4.25 stars because it's better than the first book. I gave the first book 4 stars. This is better than the first book, so I'm gonna give it 4.25 stars. I've never done that before, but it's just not worthy of a 4.5 or a 5 star, in my opinion. It's my opinion. Don't get mad. Reading is subjective.